Hi everyone, I'm MaryAnn. I'm a visual artist and voice coach from Singapore, currently in Singapore, and welcome to day 33 of my 100-day vlog project. So this is a daily vlog series for 100 days where I share what I've learned about the creative process, about artist journey, about pursuing your passion, following your heart, manifesting your dreams and making them come true, going after what is it that really matters to you, living a worthy purpose and a meaningful life. And if you have questions relating to any of these things or about personal growth and expansion and evolution as well, feel free to ask them in the comments below, or you can directly message me through any of my social media links which are in the write-ups attached to these videos. So the past couple of days I talked about how the process of growth and expansion and pushing past your comfort zone is something that is painful, it is full of struggle, it's probably full of drama, and that's exactly how you know that you are on the right track towards the thing that you're working towards, and whatever it is that's meaningful and worthy as a purpose for you. It is very normal for it to go through, for you to go through that. And if things are very smooth sailing and everything seems easy and you're not really struggling, you might want to revisit whatever that goal is, because perhaps, that's usually a sign that that is not the thing that you really need to work on right now. But of course, there's no right or wrong answer here. It's up to you how you want to live your life. But if you're someone who really wants to, go after becoming the best that you can be, and living the best life that you can have, then this is a very normal process when you go through, growth and expansion and pushing past your comfort zone in your life. So what I want to share today in relation to this is how do you know, how do you know that you are really struggling, and how do you handle it? Like, what is one way that you can tell that this is this is the normal part of the struggle, versus something in you telling you that this is not the right thing for you? Because a lot of times when we're struggling to do something we really want, there will be a voice that says, oh, maybe this is not the right thing for you. Okay, it is very possible, it's highly likely. So that's also something to watch out for. So the other thing is that, if you have a time frame, let's say you're working on a project to get towards whatever your goal is, right? And I think I've talked a little bit about, creating projects. Okay, maybe I haven't. I honestly don't remember what I talked about in the first 30 days, okay? Like, I transcribe them, I have them written down somewhere, but I don't exactly read them every few days, plus, this thing is ongoing. So I might have to reread to see if I had talked about projects yet. I think I did briefly. But anyway, when you do a project, to work on something that allows you to grow and go towards one of your goals, there's this thing called a project cycle, which we learn, which I learned in my training as a life coach. So project cycle is basically just, whatever the client would go through as they're working on their project, right? So if, let's say, you have a month-long project, usually somewhere around the 30% to 50% mark, that's where you will go through a lot of resistance. Like, a lot of resistance will come up. There will be a lot of struggle and a lot of pain as you're trying to grow yourself towards your goal. A lot of wanting to give up, a lot of feeling like, oh, this is so pointless, like it's still so far away, maybe I should just quit now. Those kinds of things would come up a lot during that time. So around the 30% to 50% mark, which coincidentally, or maybe not so coincidentally, is exactly where I am now in terms of my own 100-day vlog project. So day 33 means that I am in the midst now of going through this time of resistance, and to be honest, there is a part of me that's now saying like, oh, you've already done 30 days, like, oh, do we still have to continue this? Yeah, and getting ready to record these videos has been such a struggle in the last couple of days. So yeah, it is a very normal part of the project cycle to go through something like this at this time. To share with you further, when I was doing my first solo exhibition, so I worked with a coach for 5 weeks, and this was also together with a class that lasted for that same period of time. So it was about 5 weeks was our cycle, right? So somewhere around the second week after I met my coach, for the second one-to-one session that I had with him, so we had 5 sessions, so around the 40% mark, I went into like 2 weeks of totally not wanting to do anything relating to my art exhibition. I basically was just like, I didn't want to paint anything. Like everything I tried to paint, I was like, had no inspiration. I had no, when I wanted to send my invitations to people to invite them to my exhibition, the sense of feeling of resignation that, oh, nobody's gonna come, why would anyone care about this, was like even stronger than it had been in any other time of that project time frame. Yeah, and it was a struggle. For 2 weeks I really didn't do anything at all, like nothing. Okay, not even I mean, the only thing I was working on at that time was this exhibition. Okay, so I didn't do anything for it for 2 whole weeks, until finally I called my coach, and then he kind of whipped me back into action, or I think some stuff happened and I had a breakthrough somewhere after that, which resulted in me getting back on track. But yeah, it is very normal to go through that time of resistance, around the 30% to 50% mark. This is something I have seen in myself, in my own journey, even as I'm painting my murals. So if you don't know, I'm painting 100, well, my goal right now is to paint 100 Dream Tree murals around the world. I've completed 8 so far, and then I had to pause it because of the whole virus thing. But anyway, every single time I paint my mural, right, like it's always really exciting at the beginning. Because it's a new wall, I have new ideas, it's a new challenge to tackle, and then somewhere just around that 30% to 50% mark is where I would struggle the most when it comes to painting it. Those would be the days that I'm like really reluctant to go to the wall. Those are the days that I'm painting and I'm looking at my progress and I feel like it's just not getting anywhere. Those are the days where I get really irritable and sometimes even like kind of depressed. And yeah, it has happened every single wall, and then I would feel like I should just quit now before it's too late. So if you're working on a project towards getting to one of your goals, be aware that during the 30% to 50% in your time frame, that's usually where you're gonna encounter the most resistance. This is where your awareness of what is going on inside you in terms of the parts of you that are rebelling against you doing your project, that's when they're gonna be the noisiest and the loudest, and it's very, very easy to give in to them. So this is the time where you have to stay strong and just power through it. And I guess tomorrow maybe I'll talk about how you can how you can get through this difficult growth period and how to keep yourself on track. So if you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel or like my Facebook page wherever you're watching this on, and if you have questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, or you can directly message me through any of my social media links which are in the write-ups. And I'll see you tomorrow.